Writing is an important form of communication, and for professionals and students, your level of writing skills can be the difference between scoring that next business deal and getting that high grade in your next essay. Welcome back to Atlas Crossings. Today is a good day to share knowledge. In today's video, we will provide top writing strategies for success. Don't forget to subscribe. Being a successful writer actually takes a bit of skills, but everyone has the potential to build on those writing skills that can help improve the quality of their writing and can actually change the success of what you do, whether as a student or as a professional. These are some key strategies that we'll discuss today. Be clear and concise. You have to be clear and concise. This is quite basic, but it's one of the most important elements in being able to write successfully. I remember when I started off writing, I used to have problems with either very long sentences or long paragraphs, or in some cases, extremely short sentences and short paragraphs. But there has to be an understanding of what is the balance. What are the proper sentence constructions that you need to make to pass your message clearly? This is quite an important skill that you need to ensure that you understand. One good way to do that is you can read quite a lot of top-rated journal papers or top-rated publications, or you can ask a third party to try to go through your work, paragraphs and sentences and provide feedback to the level of understanding. But also you can help yourself by saying, what are you trying to say and what is the most concise way you can actually say it? Now, quite a lot of times you can cut down 20, 30 words within a sentence to 12, 15, and you actually pass the message clearly. So that is one top tip of a successful writer, is to be clear and concise when you write. When you write, you should write in a better way by using an active voice rather than writing in a passive voice, and this can help the level of clarity when you write. So when we talk about clarity, having an active voice allows you to be clearer with your text and construction of sentences. I have read different documents, dissertations, journal papers, essays over the years. And one thing that I see that is different from exceptional writers is smooth transition. Smooth transition from one paragraph to the next paragraph, smooth transition from one section of the work to the next section can make a huge difference when you write. Now, your smooth transition allows you to introduce the next section or the next subject matter in a previous section or in a previous paragraph. Now, what that does is you're building the reader up for the next element of what you're writing, but it also highlights the fact that you are having a sequential flow of your writing journey. Remember, writing is like a journey. You have to flow. You have to move from point A to point B in a clear and direct manner. The reader needs to understand that journey almost like you're telling a story, almost like you're embarking on a journey from point A to point B. There has to be an understanding of that flow. So smooth transition is a key element with being a successful writer and can make the difference between a regular document and an exceptionally well-written document. A smooth transition can also help with engaging the reader. Remember, in our previous video when we talked about good academic writing, we highlighted providing a structure, clear statement. It allows that flow that the reader can see where the work or what the work is about. Now, with your smooth transition, it leads on to engaging the reader to tell them what's the next thing that's coming. Following the introduction, we have the next point of the document. What is the next conversation that we're going to have? You're providing that transition for the reader to see. But also, in the overall context of the work, you're trying to engage the reader with the use of clear statements, with the use of concise sentence constructions, going directly to the point, or using active voice to write. Overall, you're trying to engage the reader, you're trying to get their attention through the entire document. The way you write, the quality of writing actually helps to do that. So by providing clear and concise statements, by ensuring you have a smooth transition, by using an active voice, you're actually helping the quality of the work and providing a platform where the reader can stay engaged through the work. But of course, there has to be great content and ensuring that the writing covers or addresses the interest of the audience that you've presented the work for. It is also important that the reader can see within the work that the writer is very objective, that you are objective with the way you write. Being objective here means that you can provide a critical review or evaluation of a subject matter by maintaining objectivity. Removing bias from the way you write, or not even providing an evidence-based or justified-based form of writing where you choose and pick what sort of information on ideas or perspectives to present to the reader. You have to be objective. Where there are different perspectives of a single subject matter, by being objective, you have to be able to provide those different ideas and perspectives to show a critical element of how and what you're writing about. And finally, on this point is the fact that you always have to revise and refine and edit your work, proofreading your work to ensure that your work meets all of these key criteria or strategies we've pointed out, ensuring that your work is clear, ensuring that it's an active voice, highlighting that smooth transition, maintaining objectivity within the work that allows you to improve your level and quality of writing, to always engage your readers whenever they pick up your work. But in addition to that, there are a couple of things you need to avoid when you write. One of them is plagiarism. Especially for an academic writing, you must avoid plagiarism. Meaning that any ideas or perspectives that you present within the work have to be appropriately cited. You have to provide references for them. You have to apply good academic writing to ensure that you're providing or crediting the sources you have obtained that idea or perspective or argument or discussion from. You also have to avoid poor structure. The work has to have a great structure. The work has to have a framework. I usually say when you write, start off with designing a tentative framework which allows you to develop the work as you go on. But you cannot have and develop a work without a good structure, without highlighting all the key areas within the work. The way you highlight your paragraphs, the alignment of your sentences, your work has to have that framework. So you need to use headings, you need to use subheadings, conclusions, summaries, introductions. All of these different structures or elements within a structure help to define what sort of document are we looking at. Is it a report, an essay, a business plan, a business document? Are we basically just looking at a dissertation or an academic or a professional work? The structure can tell us that from the start, but can also provide clarity to the way you write and clear comprehension for the reader as well. You have to also ensure that you do not over-rely on quotes. We have discussed this in the previous video. I'll put that in the description for you to go back and watch, but do not over-rely on quotes. I personally avoid using quotations except in cases where it's exceptionally important to the quality of the writing that I'm doing. But in many cases, I will not use quotations. Finally, avoid poor academic writing. That should be very clear. For those who are writing academic documents, that is a minimum. You must avoid poor academic writing. I put the link to our previous video on academic writing. You should go back and watch that to understand the different key components that form or help with a good academic writing. That is all for today. Subscribe for more and comment below if you found this video helpful. And don't forget to continue to show up.